consultant model, which is a completely individual level. And we also have an opportunity wherein we can have some cities wherein we are looking forward for a partner who can operate and run the branch of Franchise India. That we will discuss in this webinar as well. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, how to start your own business platform. And our partner as an independent franchise consultant or as a branch owner, what's our work, what's our role and responsibilities is that we help investors to select the right option. So we are specialists how to start your own business. So I'll a little more put on something where we can give you a little more understanding on our business. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform. We have three largely businesses. One is the investments. So we help investors and help him to select the right opportunity. And if investors coming with 10 lakh rupees or 10 CR, we help them how to choose the right opportunity, how to select the right business opportunity, because there are a lot of aspects to it before investing. And today in time, we have 70% people who are first-time business buyers. So it is even more critical to choose and to select the right business opportunity wherein you can put your investments. So Franchise India, our advisors, our advisory service for the last 28 years, we help here investors to choose the right opportunity. So it has got right lot of platforms and lot of segments wherein we help and do a lot of calls with our brands and to choose the right opportunity, because it has to be rightly structured as per the market fitment is concerned. It has to be rightly structured as per the profile of the investor is concerned. It has to be rightly structured as per your investment is concerned. So it has to be rightly fitted for that. So Franchise India, we help, and that's how we have built this network, large network of more than 105 cities today we are present. More than 200 are partners who are now working full time to help these investors locally. And second business is when we help businesses, brands at startup level, mid segment, and large corporate level as well, enterprise corporates. We help them to grow into franchising and we help them to take into new markets and find new franchises for them. So we help them in scaling their business. That's a scale up business. And third, we are into resale. Resale would mean that if there is anyone who have some business, would want to sell that business, we help to find a new buyer. It can be your franchise, it can be your business which you want to sell because of XYZ reasons, and Franchise India have that capability to help you to find a new investor into this. So these are three businesses which we have, and we also use a byline that nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India, because Franchise India have created this network in around more than 100 cities today, and we also have 19 countries presence as of now today. So a little bit on Franchise India, 28 years in the business. We started with franchiseindia.com. Today you can visit our website. You can see more than 22,000 businesses, brands who are engaged with us on our website. And we also run Media House. I've got 3 magazines. The Franchising World, which is today only magazine in franchising, last 26 years in the market. And we also have Retailer magazine. This is into retail segments, again 25 years old now in the market. And we also have Entrepreneur magazine, which is US-based, highest selling business magazine in India and Asia. Franchise India publishes and distributes this Entrepreneur magazine. Then we do a lot of events, which are franchise events, and then there are some non-franchise events as well, which are industry specific, which can be on education, which can be on retail, which can be on entrepreneurship. And then we also have a lot of conferences and awards, which we do in different categories, and it can be education categories, it can be, say, healthcare or beauty, or it can be F&B. These are all the large segments, award ceremonies which we have, and we help these business owners to get rewarded also on the work what they do. And these are parallelly what we are doing. So Franchise India have got largely 3 companies. One is Franchise India, because we do 200 events in a year. We go to all the metros, non-metros, tier 2, tier 3 cities, and going to the cities and having our event organized, where our all IFC partners do come, they meet local investors, and we help them to get into business. So we are known as Franchise India largely in India. So we do also international business because we take Indian brands to international level, wherein we have a company which is Frank Global. Frank Global is an international arm of the business, and it is also market entry for global brands. So if any global brand has to enter India, they to take the route of Frank Global. And third, Francorp. Francorp is world's largest consulting company. It's a 49-year-old US-based company, and they have created business models for MACD to KFC and all the big giants as well. Now for India, 19 years back, we acquired this company in India, and we help businesses to get them into franchise, getting them franchise ready, and then taking them to the market for acquiring the franchises as well. So we are now, Pancop is our company in India and Asia, and we use this consulting services to provide to all the businesses, which can be even at just starting their business in franchising. So we help them to get ready for franchise, and then we take to the market to get franchises on board. Today's webinar, we will be talking about largely three parts of it. One, we will give you full overview of Franchise India, what we have done in last 28 years. I have given a little bit on that, but we will go light on the journey so far. Plus, why this brokerage business was created, and we will talk about that. What is the next future in terms of franchising in India, like 20 years, 30 years, what's happening, and how it is look like. And then what is the growth pattern for any partner who is joining us? And since it's a selective one, it's not for everyone because everybody cannot be a consultant and advisor. So it's a very, very selective opportunity that we will talk about how we are going to select and how we are going to take partners on board to become the partner with Franchise India. And we run through a presentation to give you a complete understanding on the business model and how you can become partner with Franchise India, and then what is your monetization model and how you can grow with us, and then what does our business look like with all the revenue products, and give you overview on the way forward. Before that, I'll also introduce our panelists today. So with me, we have our leaders, and my name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of Franchise India. And we have our regional leaders. Anurag has joined us from Kolkata. Vishwajit has joined us from Pune. We have Praveen Kumar who has joined us from Bangalore. Then we have Kapil who has joined us from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and along with our senior leader Shaktivel. He works for in Tamil Nadu and Kerala markets. Akhil has joined us from Delhi corporate office, and also we have joined our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. Also, I would request her to take the webinar forward and put the perspective and give you overall overview of the franchising at large, and also welcome you once again. And before that, how you can interact with us, because this is a consulting program, this is a partnership program. We need to make it interactive. We request you to use the Q&A box, which is at the bottom of your screen, because you cannot speak to us, but you can use Q&A box to share your any question if you have. And once we give you overview of what we are, what we have done, we will also look forward to know who has joined us today, and what is your profile, what you are doing, and also which city you are coming from. So we also have some questions which we'll put in the Q&A box, chat box. So you can use those also to reply back to us so that we can take your names and your profile as also. If someone who is already into some consulting, our humble submission would be that you can give us a little bit on your consulting business, what you do, and it will help us because it's very, very complementing business. It can be real estate consulting, it can be any education consulting or financial consulting. It would be very, very helpful to understand your profile as well. Now, please be there for next 1 hour with us, and this will be very interesting to know about franchising and Franchise India and the opportunity as well. So there will be a lot of takeaways. We request you to be there with us till the time it is not over. So now I'll invite our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, to take the webinar over. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And friends, I wish you all a very good evening and welcome you once again to the webinar. And like Sanjay said, this is a very special webinar where we are inviting at Franchise India, but by selection, like-minded entrepreneurs in order to evaluate a potential partnership opportunity with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant, which is an individual practice that can be run by you in your respective markets. And the second opportunity is to become a partner with us, where you run the entire firm or branch of Franchise India exclusively in your city. So these are two opportunities that we have. Having said that, we have very selected cities that we want to penetrate in and go for both these opportunities. And we'll also share in the course of our presentation the markets that we are currently open in. Now, since we already have a big network in India, about 97 cities globally, we're there in 19 countries. A larger part of our network today, or I would say our representation, distribution of Franchise India today, is largely through our independent franchise consultants and also our firm offices. So we are extremely selective about partners who can partner with us, because it is a very serious business opportunity and it's a full-time opportunity, not a part-time opportunity. And the approach that everyone at Franchise India has, we look at this as a very long-term intent, which comes with a huge responsibility at your end, at our end, and also a big commitment. And hence, you see, on this webinar, the entire leadership, the management, of Franchise India. And our partners form a very important integral part of the overall business structure at Franchise India. So I don't know how many of you know about our company. Some of you might have read about us, might have been to some of our events. So I'll maybe summarize, about our overall opportunity, which is, what our company does. Then we'll talk about how big the industry in franchising is. And the third part is where we would like to run you through a presentation which talks about the opportunity that we have and how you can monetize that. And I'll request Sanjay to give that presentation. I'll request all of you friends, make this session interactive. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A box to ask these questions. We'll be happy to answer. And at the same time, we'll also have some questions that we like to ask you, like we would talk about what we do as a company at the same time, because we're looking at some selective profiles of people to partner with us. So we like to know what cities and background you all come from. So we'll also give you some questions which make it easy for you to pick one of the options and write. So I think what you've heard so far in these 28 years, what we have done is we have created a very strong ecosystem around franchising industry or economy, as I would say. And this ecosystem that we have created is unparalleled. And we have built this very consciously in a very structured way, our business, which serves as a solution to everything, I would say, which centers around franchising. And it touches all stakeholders, the entire ecosystem, from people who want to invest in a business. And now these can be small investors who want to invest maybe a small investment, to HNIs or even ultra HNIs, to family offices or large corporates who are looking to maybe bring any global brand to Indian market. So our portfolio of investor is also very spread, from the small investments, say 10 odd lakhs, to maybe 200, 500 crores of investment. And on the other side, we have companies which includes companies from India, domestic national brands, which can be startups, first time in franchising. These can be mid-level companies or even large corporations like Reliance, Aditya Birla, Tata, who currently are also franchising and expanding their footprint through franchising. And also companies globally who are looking to enter Indian market. So the ecosystem touches everyone, and all the services, solutions that we have are catering this ecosystem. So let me quickly also explain you. Now, as a company, we have positioned ourselves as a start your own business specialist, which I would say is a very unique position. You might find a lot of advisors in the market who can advise you in various investments, which are passive investments from property to stock. But the investment in franchise business is an active investment. And this is what we have been doing very consistently for the last 28 years, because the foundation of our company, Franchise India, was to democratize entrepreneurship, where we wanted to make every Indian, the business opportunity for every Indian accessible, to entrepreneurship. And in a more structured and achievable manner for aspiring entrepreneurs, where we advise them and help them to take this decision through a lot of information, evaluation, and process that we follow at our end. The initiative for us to also start the independent franchise consultant program was also to work with entrepreneurs like yourself who become partners with us. But more importantly, they need to have the time to put in the business and the intention to drive entrepreneurship like all of us have at Franchise India. So, friends, in these years, what we have achieved is, we today are a trusted advisor to many of the most influential, respected business houses of India on one side. And we hold about 90% market share in India, which means any company who's looking to expand or enter India would use Franchise India, our services and our distribution to reach out to potential partners. And on the other side, a very strong community of investors, entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, which can be first time entrepreneurs or seasoned entrepreneurs or family businesses who interact with us and through our different businesses to reach out to each other. Now, we have largely four platforms, and the very first is what I would say is a discovery platform, or I would say a media platform, where we run about three publications, which includes Franchising World Retailer and Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a global number one B2B magazine in the world, and all top companies in the world, from McDonald's, KFC. So these are the companies where the ranking of these brands in franchising is also done by Entrepreneur in America. So we are partners of this magazine for entire Asia Pacific. We done about 200 events, exhibitions, conferences in one year, where potential, I would say, companies or aspiring entrepreneurs would come interact with the business buyers and brands on the other side. And we also have a website which is franchiseindia.com, which has a listing of more than 20,000 companies. And these are companies, like I said, these are companies across all industries and across all investment groups. So that is largely a media platform, a discovery platform, which is seamless, including our physical events and our magazine, which is print, and also our exhibitions where you can come personally and meet these companies. The second platform that we created, because we also understood, because when we started in 1999, there were a handful of companies that were in franchising then. And as a pioneer in the industry, we also realized that if we want to make this industry large, we also should bring in more and more responsible companies to enter franchising. At that point in time, we acquired a brand called FrankCorp, which is again America's biggest, and this is also the world's largest consulting company based out of America. And this company works with brands to help them create a sustainable business model. And FrankCorp has worked with the likes of McDonald's, KFC's, Hilton, and we are proud in India to also work with some of the largest corporations like Reliance, Aditya Birla Group, Google, 3M, where their models of franchising has been created by FrankCorp. So that is where FrankCorp works with the companies to make them franchise ready. And the third platform is largely advisory platform where investors interact with us based on their investment, the market where they want to open their experience. Our advisors, our partners, our team advise them on various business opportunities. And then we have an exit platform where anyone who wants to sell a business for reasons of succession, capitalization, or relocation, we also advise companies do their valuation and help them to find either a strategic buyer or a financial buyer where they can exit the business. So these are largely businesses that we are in. Now, given our experience of the last, I would say, 2.5+ decades, the last 2 years, Franchise India has also, I would say, extended, our business, where today we are partners with the 70 global brands from more than 20 countries, where Franchise India has taken the master franchise rights of these brands for India, subcontinent, and few other countries where we currently are present in through our international arm, which is Fran Global. So, which means that apart from representing and working with these companies in India, we are also proud master franchise of some of the leading global brands, which also makes us the only company in India to hold such a large portfolio of global brands across different industries. So this is, friends, what we do. Now, when we talk about franchising, it is very important to understand, the industry and the impact franchising is creating in India. Franchising has been a global success story, with America being number one, in industry when it comes to franchising. It has also been a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship. It is also a very powerful wealth creation engine for more than 100 years now. And franchising overall as an industry contributes about 5 trillion to the economy of the world. And the reason is because everything that is being consumed, even in a country like India, the last 20 years have seen, in fact, a very big transformation and change. Everything today that we are consuming, whether that's a product being consumed by us, apparel, fashion, shoes, furniture, jewelry, optical stores, or services, from restaurants, hotels, hospitals, logistics, quick commerce services, Zepto, Blinkit, diagnostic services that we use. These are all services, products that we use are coming from businesses which are largely franchising. So some of the names, I'm sure the entire portfolio of fashion of Aditya Birla Group, Reliance, they are expanding their footprint through franchising. All leading jewelry brands in India, from Kalyan, Indriya, they're all expanding through franchising. Even the leading number one optical brand, Lenskart, their entire expansion in India. In fact, their first store of Lenskart was also opened by us. So when you look at the entire industry and the spectrum, from the smallest of services to the largest, infrastructure, five-star hotels, super specialty hospitals, all these companies today are using franchising as a way to expand. So this makes the overall opportunity very, very big for a economy like India. And the last, I would say, 10 years, the franchising has seen almost 5x growth. But the next 10 years, this growth is going to be almost 10x of what we saw in the last 10 years. And the size of the market today in India is about $200 billion. That is the size of our industry of franchising, which contributes roughly about 4% to the GDP. Now, the reasons are following because franchising is directly proportionate to consumption. And we all know India is very strong when it comes to consumption. We are a 3.2 trillion consumption economy, which will almost double up in the next 4.5 to 5 years. And there is a big demand when I say from the youth in India, where our population in India, 35 years and under, is about 60% contributing to overall age group, which is also giving a big a push to categories, new categories and new age businesses like health, lifestyle, fitness, food, beauty, experiences. And there is also a big trend, which I would say, especially the last 4 years that we have seen, is a trend of premiumization and globalization, where Indian consumers are today trading up, which is creating massive demand for global brands and quality experience. And that was also the reason why Franchise India itself, because you're able to sense a lot of opportunities much before anyone does. We ourselves became the master franchise for these brands. And today, a big cohort of first-time entrepreneurs and this young, I would say, entrepreneur community is coming forward to take these opportunities. So franchising today, I would say, has also become a cornerstone for business expansion in India. What we have seen is a big corporatization of franchising at a very large scale, which is happening. All major brands across industries are adopting franchise route for a more sustainable and a more scalable expansion. So that is the reason. And what we've also witnessed in the last 2.5 decades, there's a big rise of first-time entrepreneurs or first-generation entrepreneurs, which I would say today is at its peak. Out of 100 businesses that we used to sell in 1999, only 10% businesses were taken by people who came as the first-generation entrepreneurs. 90% businesses were taken by seasoned entrepreneurs who had experience of either running some form of business or a franchise. But these 28 years, we have seen there's a big push towards first-time entrepreneurship. And today, 65% of people who are buying businesses, whether these are smaller opportunities or even global brands, 65% of these people who are buying businesses are first-time entrepreneurs who are relatively coming with no experience of starting a business. Now, India today is entering a business ownership decade, which is driven by consumer expansion, entrepreneurial aspiration, and a very big global flow of brands. And the next wave of our growth is being driven not by employment, because that still remains a very big challenge in a market like India, especially when you go to tier 2 and 3 cities. But this growth will come from enterprise creation, which means that instead of job seeker mindset, we're looking at a job creator mindset where more and more entrepreneurs are coming forward to adopt and take up a business. So friends, we'll take you through a small presentation. But before that, I'll also request all of you to share a brief background about yourself. We'd like to know what cities that you come from. And if you can post the options in the, yes, we have done that. So I'll request if you can choose out of these 4 options. So if you're already working in some company or a professional, you can choose P as an option. If you are a management consultant, because that is one profile that comes to us very, very frequently, you can use MC. If you are looking for a career change, you can write C. And if you're a business owner, you can write B. So I'll request you, friends, please use the Q&A box and write and choose one of these options. And please also mention the name of the city that you come from. And if you run any franchise business, you can also mention that. You can extend on it. So friends, I'll request all of you, please write in the Q&A box. I've just seen one of our friends write in, Mr. VK Kumar. So Mr. Kumar will read out for you, but I'll also request others also, please go ahead and write that in the Q&A box. Guys, I encourage all of you. It is very important we know where you come from, who you are. Only then the conversation becomes interesting. Great. So I see now responses have started coming in. Sanjay, would you want to take up these responses?
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much. Mr. Manoj is writing from Bangalore. So Mr. Manoj is a businessman. So welcome. So Jagdish, he is from Kerala. He is a career change, looking for an option for career change. So we warmly welcome you also, Jagdish. And we have obviously here the regional heads also. So for Bangalore, we have Praveen here. So Praveen will get in touch. We'll set up a meeting so that we can have a more discussion with you. So then Jagdish is from Kerala. So we have Shakti Vel. He is taking care of the Kerala as a market. Then we have Mr. Vishal who has joined us from Nagpur. So he is looking forward again for the career change. So we have recently opened our branch also in Nagpur. We have also organized an event also last month. And it was very successful event because there are a lot of local entrepreneurs who are now looking forward to start a business. So there are a lot of professionals who have come to us, especially IT people who are now looking forward for starting something, parallelly what they are doing, and they want to come out of the IT business and now they want to start some new business. Mr. Samir Chakraborty is joined from Guwahati. He is looking also for a career change. So yeah, great. So thank you so much for writing in, and we'll encourage others also who are there so they can keep on sharing with us. In the meantime, we'll share a presentation and take you through the business model. It's very important to understand the business model, how and what we are offering you. And if it really makes sense that we are both on the same page, it's the right fitment for us, right fitment for you, we'll look forward for you to come to our office for a training program, which is every month we are doing it, 3 days residential training program in head office. So that will give you an overall understanding about the business and the business model plus all the products. Also, we are giving you full understanding about our, the methodology which we have created, and we say that if you follow that process which we have created over the period of last 28 years, nobody will be unsuccessful because we are very successful in this and market leaders in this business last 28 years. Mr. Kastub has written further. He's from Raipur. I'm into business. I am here to understand franchise consultation as a career option. Absolutely. So now, since you are already into some business, so we'll discuss with you that if this is complementing that business, but again, this business is have an involvement. So you need your time. We need you to be involved into this business. So if you are into some business full time, or it's autopilot mode today, that we will have a discussion with you, because consulting there is no time, and it can be anytime, anywhere. That's how we have to interact with investors. You have to build relationships, and you have to create value into this. And we have, like other businesses do have ROI in this business, we also have an ROI. So there's a different ROI which we are having. There are three ROIs total. One is return on investment. Everybody knows that. Since our business is not the high investment value into this, so there is no hardly any investment into this. But when you are talking about return on involvement, which is our return in this business, would be that you have to be involved. And once you are involved, you will be having return on intelligence as well. Because it is very important that you have a knowledge in the industry, brands, how it works, and how it is going to be profitable for the investor also, because investor would also have a lot of questions, and we should know the complete understanding about the business. And then we are being paid for our time which we are giving to our investors. So our product is time, and our knowledge which we are giving to the investors is being paid for that, and we are getting being paid, and we have a fee structuring which we are charging every investor for giving the service. Then we have another guest who have joined us from Guwahati. Is also looking forward for a career change. It is Mr. Uh, Birinchi. Birinchi is coming from Guwahati. So Guwahati also we have a branch now. So you can also be part of us as an individual IFC partner, and you can also use our office which is there in Guwahati already. So we'll discuss with you, and we have gentlemen who is Bimal Agarwal and Anurag. They are from Kolkata. They'll be in touch with you and having a full understanding, take you through the journey, and then how you can be part of us and how you can use our office for further, businesses and to do work with us. Mr. Nikhil has joined us from Mumbai. Okay, I'm an architect from Mumbai looking forward for a career change. Uh, if we say career change, absolutely, it's a big shift. So once you are working in some of the form somewhere, you are talking about architect, right? So architect would also mean that you are full time there, and now if you are looking to career shift, this can be the easiest way to career shifting because there we don't have anything to do. You have only to have your own time. We will give you full knowledge and we'll give you full training, and then you can do this business easily. Because one, there is hardly any investment. There is a small investment which is involved, which we'll definitely talk about in the presentation. But you won't find any opportunity outside wherein you can change the career and start another business because one, because of the heavy investments, it's very, very difficult, and you are not having some experience of any business, it will be not the right decision to invest in a business which is going to be having the high on the investment. So this can be a right opportunity when you see career change shift. Uh, Manoj ji is writing, is there any branch in Bangalore? Absolutely. We have our presence in more than 100 cities. In top 10 cities, which are including Bangalore, we are running office for the last 22 years, 23 years. So we have at MG Road running our own office. Rather, we have 2 days event which have started today in Bangalore in Sheraton. It is for the retail industry. Plus, we also have a part of franchising into it. Our leaders and our team is already engaged there today. So this is in the 15th year. We're talking about IREC, it is Indian Retail and E-commerce platform, where we have got a lot of industry, specialists, industry giants who are there, having a full event exhibition. Plus, we have conference also parallelly going on, and also we'll be having awards in the evening. So our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria sir, is also engaged there today. That's how he could not join us in this webinar. That's why we are driving this webinar together today. And Mr. Puri is writing from Chandigarh, working professional. So Chandigarh, again, we have an office. We have a partner who have taken Punjab also as a firm license, and we in Chandigarh we also have 3 4 partners already there. The business is happening. Our offices have start already there. Our other franchise India have started our journey from Panchkula, and then we moved on to Chandigarh. Then we started with our corporate office in India. Yes, we have office there, and we can discuss this further. If you are a working professional, only thing is if you are talking about a long-term understanding about to start something and come out of the, this corporate life, then we will think on that. If you want to continue the professionalism and your company which you are working with, it will be very difficult because, as we said, it is not for everyone. It needs your involvement. So that we have to understand minimum 100 hours a month. It's very, very important. But working in some company, parallelly starting this business would not help. But we can have a discussion with you, Mr. Pankaj. If you are looking forward for a longer period, longer run, that you are looking to come out of this and start something and build something of your own, it will be then meaningful for both of us. And thank you for joining in this webinar. Mr. Ramesh Ahuja is writing, I'm from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, and presently working as a mutual funds distributor after. Yes, this is a very, very interesting because when you're looking forward for any kind of a financial advisory, this is a good complementing business, and this can be also franchising would be also complementing with you because we also do a lot of advisory and consulting into this. So that we will discuss. And if you're from Jabalpur, this is going to be very interesting because Madhya Pradesh, we also have our partner also and our home partner and branch also in Indore. We are looking forward for Bhopal now, but Jabalpur can be an individual business opportunity which we can talk about as a IFC partnership. All right, so we have Mr. Pinto. Mr. Pinto has joined us from Mumbai. So textile garments and home textile. So I don't know how it is going to be relevant for your business. We need to understand, have a good discussion with you because you are into already something. You are saying some years in textile garments and what you do exactly there. That we will understand after having a discussion with you. But thank you so much for joining this webinar. Spinto is writing 40 years. Okay, for consultancy. Absolutely. So then it just makes some sense. If you are some sort of consultancy, this can be discussed further, and this is going to be the right profile for you. Thank you for joining and clearing this because there was some typo error and misprinted. So it is. So thank you so much for showing your interest and plus making it very interactive by giving us your profile understanding and your work understanding. So it will be very helpful for us to have a further discussion with you. In the meantime, I would request that there are a lot of people who have already joined. So others also, you can use the Q&A box and some are not finding it comfortable and writing this is not working. So you have to go to Q&A box. Do not raise your hand. There's Mr. Agarwal. We want to welcome you, but you have raised your hand. So you can also use the Q&A box and share your questions if you have any, or use our options to reply back in the Q&A box. So before I take the presentation, anything you want to add, Sunil? I want to just
I think
move
we can
forward.
continue with the presentation. Friends, if you want to ask anything, you can keep writing in and we'll take it up.
Perfect. Great. So friends, I'll take you through the presentation, which says it is a webinar today happening, and this is Franchise India Career Opportunity Webinar. We are talking about franchising. In the meantime, there is Mr. NP Singh. I would request you not to raise the hand. Please use Q&A box and share your questions in the Q&A box. So franchising, as we discussed, is a $5 trillion industry. Anything what we consume today is coming from franchise company. Plus, if we see the small cities in tier 3, tier 4 cities also are becoming branded now. There are a lot of malls which are coming up, a lot of brands which are coming in, and people are now used to. And there's a connect with the metros today, where you are getting a lot of exposure. That there are some international brands also. Every category, it can be food, it can be fashion, it can be jewelry. So now it is lot of exposure, right? Now everybody want to become branded, want to wear branded, want to go for a branded salon, want to go to branded school. So this is all coming from franchise company. And if we give you some understanding about sector wise, we are talking about today technology to automobile, hotels to food, and we are talking financial services to direct to home services. Everything is coming from a franchise company. You can see today, courier coming at home is coming from a franchise company. And today, in 10 minutes service, which is Zepto or Blinkit, is also a franchise company. And we work both. So we have created models for both. So we work with Zepto and offering Zepto franchise. And then if you see healthcare, it's also a very, very large category. Not only the pathology labs to other clinics are into franchise. So there are a lot of new diagnosis and dialysis companies which are also offering franchise. Rather, they are giving you service at home today. So you need service to repair your refrigerator or any air conditioner. It is coming at your home. So this is also coming from a franchise company. In the metro cities, if you see, if you need a maid or you need any kind of a plumber or any technician, also coming from franchise company. So that's how it has really make a lot of shift now. And there are new concepts also which are evolving into franchise. Now see pet care earlier it was not franchised because people were not having pets at home that way. But now today everything is now in this space also becoming branded and people are having pets at home and now simultaneously they also have pet care services next to this and they also need to have a products available next to the this neighborhood, and they also need to have some kind of a service which is available, whether it's a daycare for pets or it's kind of a spa also for them. Financial services, so we have worked with top brands, which is Kotak Mahindra, which is Motilal Oswal or ICICI Securities, which we have already worked with. And now below them, there are a lot of new brands also coming up, a lot of businesses coming up into the similar kind of a business, and they're also franchise. And today you are at home, you are sending kids to school, like that's a play or play school, nursery, schools, these are all franchise. Daycare, it's also franchise. And then you go to K-12 schools, there's also franchise. Going to salon is franchise. What you eat today at home, whether you are, ordering through Zepto is also franchise. So we have also created a business model which is a dark store for Zepto. Sorry for Zomato. So Zepto is also franchising, and Zomato is also a franchise format. In hotels, right from the very budget hotel, which is Oyo, is also franchise. And Franchise India have created a model for Oyo also, and it can be a Bloom branded hotels, or it can be JW Marriott. There are so many different models which have been created, but here we are looking for someone who can invest in this. So it is a franchise owned, franchise operated. It can be franchise owned, company operated, but this is franchise format. That's where we come in between and work with all these segments, all these sectors to help them to develop their franchisees in different markets. It can be like Reliance today working with us with 8 brands of Reliance we work with for getting franchise. They are also looking forward for cities like which are tier 2, tier 3 cities expansions. And we are working somebody who was for Raipur. We have recently done a deal for Raipur for Fashion World Reliance. Now they are looking forward for more brands which are into footwear brands. They're also looking forward for entering into such cities wherein our local partner, and we have done this deal through a IFC partner already in Raipur. So that's wherein if somebody is looking forward for Vijayawada, so we have branch in Vijayawada, we have branch in Vizag, apart from Hyderabad, we already have a branch. But now going to Rajmundri also, we go and have a show there, and our IFC partners are going and meeting local investors, helping them to find the right business opportunities. And there can be local new concepts, new businesses, new brands. They also want to get into franchising because they want to grow. They want to come and go into new cities to have stores or their branches and their franchisees into new centers. That's what Franchise India is not only helping investors, we also help these businesses and brands, which can be at a startup level, then because we have to get them ready. And we also work with large corporates like enterprise brands like Reliance, Tata, Aditya Birla, Raymond's, and other brands as well. Now, when we are talking about what's the role of a consultant, so first is your time, your involvement, your communication, your knowledge. That's what we at Franchise India would do with you. That will give you full understanding about businesses, industry, and give you full training programs, which are first time only in Delhi, but then all our online programs which we have created. So what we do is when we are offering you a tablet, which is when you are joining us, you are becoming our partner. Then we talk about technology. We'll create a CRM for you. All the database will be given in the CRM, and also we create your franchise in your domain email ID that you will use every day basis when interacting with the investors or the clients. Also, we are giving you infrastructure access. When you are talking about somebody was in Mumbai, so we have office in Mumbai. Somebody was saying in Bangalore or Chandigarh, we have offices over there, which you can 100% full time you can use without any charges. And you can use it for your meetings, getting your clients for there, and our team is also helping you for getting this business closures. And only you have to come over and use it full time. Brands, when I say, so we have 22,000 brands on our website, which are already uh, working through our various channels. And we also have mandate brands, which are around 900 brands today, which are exclusive to us. These exclusive brands would mean that only Franchise India would do expansions for these brands. And that's how there's a humongous opportunity for us to service these brands. And if you have 10,000 are advisors, team members across India, even then it is difficult to service the country like. But we have now specific teams and specific locations where we feel that we should have more partners with us, which are largely in metros, but some cities where we have not opened till now. And now we feel that there is requirement of a local partner because the business is growing, infra is growing. There are a lot of new developments which are happening. we feel that local partner is very, very important now to be there in that city, where in some cities we already have one partner, two partners. And again, we see the business is growing and the franchising is growing, consumption is growing. That's how our business is growing. So we are looking forward to maybe more partners in those cities. So all the brands which we have, the day you come for the training, so we are handing over to you all this brand list, say 500 plus brands we are giving to you, but we'll also create your brand portfolio, the brands which are fit for your market, which is very, very important that all brands which are looking forward to expand business in your city. So then we will create your brand portfolio as well. As far as leads are concerned, so we are giving 50 minimum guaranteed leads every month to every single partner. Obviously, for branches, for our firm partners, we are giving more. Plus, we are also doing exclusive event on every alternate month in all these cities wherein we have a branch partner. And we also have IFC partners who are coming to other cities also be part of events because there is no geographically any condition into that you don't want, you cannot go to the other city to be part of this. As far as for the leads are concerned, as we create your brand portfolio, so we are giving you second set of leads which are specifically for brands which you are driving. So we are giving you enough leads because there is more than 10,000 every month we are getting, every week rather, getting the investors database with us. And every week 10,000 investors coming to us would mean that there are a lot of potential and lot of amongst opportunity where we provide these leads to our local partners. Because if there's a city specific any lead, we want local partner to go and reach out to meet because you build your own confidence and your own credibility when you meet any locally brand. There can be language, there can be culture, there can be a lot of other things which is locally making you, having this deal closures. So leads is absolutely on us. There is not even a single penny any partner is spending on the lead generation. And events also is all on us. We do around 15, 20 events every month, every city we are going every month, especially metros. And all non-metros, we are doing alternate months, but we are doing all events which are open and accessible for all our partners. So you can come and you can have presence in that show. And our team, our leaders from our junior level team member to our chairman sir level, we are coming over. We are helping you to do the joint calls and joint meetings, and all the support which we are providing is being structured in a way that we are giving you full support to make sure that every partner who joins us is successful, because at this stage where we are successful last 28 years, we cannot have even one single person who is not successful. So we all are there available for supporting our partners. And 3 days training, as I said, there's a 3-day training every month, which is happening in our corporate office. We have just finished last Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So yesterday was Wednesday. We finished the training program for the April month, and next month would be again the training program. So whosoever is joining us, and we will be inviting for the training for first time for 3 days. And parallelly, you can also be part of our events, wherein we will come and will help you to close the businesses and get you through. So when we are talking about the proposed structure of IFC partner, so proposed structure would mean that when you join us, you have to, it's an entry level, it's an independent franchise consultant entry level. Then you become our elite member. When you are working with us, we help you to get your business done. So if you are touching 15 lakh rupees revenue, so next year you will become IFC elite member, because that's a scope of growth with Franchise India. So first year you are IFC elite, IFC at the entry point, and next year you are becoming IFC elite member, because it is going to be change your revenue structure and your payout structure. So at IFC entry level, you are getting 40%, so you are our 40% partner. And at elite member, you become then 50-50. We are so 50% partner, you are 50% partner. We are equal. So that is at the elite membership. And at starting point, you get 40% of the revenue which is being done. So it will be 40% going to you, 60% going to us. But the best part is in 40% or 50%, your investment is not there for events, leads, brands, promotions, or any kind of marketing which we do. You don't have to do that way. Even in 50% we are sharing, 50% you are sharing, and everything would be done by our 50%. So it is coming from our 50%, your 50% is your 50%. So there is no cut. So let me give you some understanding about the revenue products, how we work, and I'll simplify for all of you. So as I said, we are working with two communities, which is one side we have investors, one side we have brands, and we match make. So from the investor side also, we onboard. From the brand side also, we onboard because we don't work free. That's a policy of Franchise India. We don't work free because we are giving our time. It's a lot of involvement and a lot of time which is consuming from our side. So that would mean that we don't work free because we have to make sure that if we service any investor, he is registered with us. Then he is serious and we are serious. He is accountable. We are accountable. So if you see I in these two products, it's investor. If you see B in two products, it is brands. So we are working with investors, we are working with other side brands. So we match make. So would mean that we are giving you leads, which are brand specific leads. You have the knowledge of that brand, which you have already in the portfolio. So you have understood, you have taken the training. So you qualify that lead. When you qualify, you filter out, you qualify, and you are organizing meeting with the brand. So investor and the brand meeting is very, very important. That's our business. So when we arrange the meeting, investor is asking some questions and knowing the brand, and brand is also asking some questions and knowing. So we do matchmaking here. After a few discussions, we can go for the deal making. If investor is liking that, brand is also getting us selection done. So we matchmake, we do the deal closures. So in this way, we have been paid from the brand side also, we have been paid from the investor also. That's our fee. So if I simplify, we onboard investor also, we onboard the brand also. There's the onboarding fee, and then we service both, which is IS and BS. IS would mean investor service, brand would mean brand service, and before that, IA would mean investor acquisition. So investor onboard is investor acquisition. Investor servicing would mean investor services IS. So likewise, BD means business development, which means brand onboard. Then there is a fee, and brand service, there is a fee. So from both sides, we are onboarding, we get the fee. For both sides, servicing, we get the fee. So BD would mean business development, and here we have got four formats, which are business models, which are starting from 8.5 lakh to 17.5, 40 lakh, and 75 lakh. These are four formats for brand onboarding. After understanding uh, the brand which is coming into franchising, and your role is to get us meeting done. That's your reference which you are getting us, that this is a reference. You will see it. You can get this reference through Instagram, you're getting it from newspaper, you're getting from magazines, from the market. You have got some reference or set some lead looking forward for franchise. You arrange our meeting. That's what, when you're getting us the lead, then you're getting us only reference. So in that reference, we come on the call, we do the meeting, we will share the proposal and presentation. After that, again, the meeting will be done by us for helping the brand, which is at the startup level. It can be mid segment, it can be large corporate, it can be a brand which is already serviced by us earlier. Now they have again started franchising, because there is always a time wherein they can put a pause, that they can hold franchising for some time. There are some changes or there are some operational challenges, and they can restart the franchising when they come again to us. So we have to onboard them again. So there's an onboarding fee from the brand side, which starts from 8.5 lakh, which is including all the document making, which is consulting plus marketing plus lead generation. Everything is done by us. Yours is only reference. So for that reference, we are giving you 20% of onboarding fee, which we charge. And this 20% becomes the high ticket, because if we charge 40 lakh rupees, from a brand perspective, we are talking, because we have got high-end brands which are high investment brands like jewelry section. Jewelry is very high investment. So we take also upper side of fee, which is 40 lakh and onwards. So you get 20%, which is 2 into 40, which becomes 8 lakh rupees will go to you directly for getting us a reference. And when we close that lead, it becomes your lead, and you get 20% of that fee which we charge. And you can give it to ask these references regularly every month. It can be 3, 4, 5, can be every month. You can have even 10 meetings also done by us. There is no restriction. Coming from the other side, investor acquisition, investor on board, it starts from 30,000 rupees, because when any investor is coming to us, it will depend on his investment or her investment, which is under 20 lakh rupees, the first category. In that category, we are charging 30,000 rupees, which is investor acquisition, investor onboarding. That also you can do number of onboarding investors. It's not restricted. You can do 10, you can do 5, you can do 1 every month. And that would depend on how much time you are giving to this business. And because we are always support you for doing this, because you should be involved. Now, both are on board with us when we do matchmaking, and we service the investor, because we are getting the brand and getting the match done. And investor is ready now, and he is taking a franchise of X brand, Y brand, Z brands. So that time, investor has to pay us a fee, which is investor service fees. And accordingly, brand which we have sold to the investor, the franchise we have given to the investor, brand is also paying us a brand service fees. And this brand service fees can be 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, or it goes to up to 50 lakh. Now you can just make a calculation that if you're onboarding 10 investors at 30,000 becomes 3 lakh rupees, and 3 lakh you get 40% of 3 lakh. If you are servicing those investors one by one, also the franchise is done, every investor will pay minimum of 1 lakh rupees to us. Now you calculate 10 investors who will get the franchise, 10 will pay us 1 lakh each, will be 10 lakh, but it goes up to say 4% of the franchise or overall the investment. Say some investments are up to 20 lakh, which are very less, but normally we are talking about say 40 to 1 lakh, 1 CR in between. It can be 50 lakh, 80 lakh, 1 CR. These are normally businesses which we do, but there are some who are 5 CR, 10 CR, and because we are businesses like Indriya, which is a jewelry brand of our Aditya Birla brand, which is saying 50 to 60 CR. We have Tribhuvan Das Bhimji Zaveri, which is TBZ, is talking about 40 to 45 CR. Kalyan Jewelers is talking about 20 to 25 CR. So we take 4% of that amount as our investor service fees. Now you can calculate how much would be that if you sell a franchise and you get 40% again, which is investor service fees. So first onboarding you get 40, servicing part also you get 40%, and brand service fees again you get 40%, which can be 2 lakh to 50 lakh, anything in between. And if you are talking about calculating on 10, if we calculate at the minimum of 2 lakh rupees each, it becomes 20 lakh. You get 40% again of 20 lakh. So that is where our business is, very, uh, in this business, which we are talking about the high ticket value businesses also. We have international brands also, which are again depending on the unit franchise to master franchise, which is also very, very high ticket value game. So highly rewarding. And next year you become 50% here in these three products, but brand onboarding will always remain 20% because it's only reference from your side. It will keep on the same. So you get high rewarding payouts out of this business because you are involved, you are doing these transactions, it's coming back to you. And there is no limit to it. Sky is the limit. That's the first part of revenue, which is you get. Second is from the brand side that when they come on board, they throw some incentive that so that they can get focus and everybody will work for that brand. They're giving this cash incentive directly to our IFC partners. So you get cash incentive also, no cut from us. Third, we are also having contests, which are international contests every week, every quarter. So in a year, you get 4 international contests as well. So that will be very helpful for you to explore international destinations wherein our regional heads, our team, including me, we help you to qualify because our qualification is also depending on how many partners are being qualified. That's a best blessing in this because you are putting your time. We are helping you to qualify also for international contest. There's some criteria which we share with our partners and we help you to qualify. We want more and more maximum team members coming to the international this destination because we feel that when we are having maximum people, you enjoy more, you celebrate more. So we celebrate together, we enjoy together, we work together as a team. That is how IFC payout has been structured. I'll give you some understanding about someone who is joining us as a branch partner. That's our second opportunity. So as a branch partner, you become Franchise India firm model and you can become open a Franchise India branch. Now, when we are talking about this Franchise India branch, so these are only now few cities because we have opened 27 cities there in the month of January this year. Now we have already done almost all cities. So we are left out some 8 cities which are right now focused, which can be Jammu, which can be Jaipur, which is Nasik, Bhopal, Ranchi. Then we have Bhubaneswar, and then we also have Goa, Vadodara, and Nasik. These are the cities which are open right now, and we have full focus on this opportunity. And what you do in this, you are getting 4 businesses under the branch. One, you will be having Franchise India office and you do all the transactional business which Franchise India do over the period of time, and it will be investor and brand, all the transactions, it will happen because we create understanding that we will give you an event also every alternate month and you do transactions in that events plus post that also the follow-up will happen in your office and the transactions will be done. So you get what we were talking about, 4 revenue products. You get investor on board, then you'll get investor onboarding fee, investor service fees, and brand on board, brand servicing fees, all franchise in the office too. Second is you can also build IFC network under you because if you are working as a branch, so IFCs, which are individuals, you can also build this team that will come under you. You'll also get benefit on that. Third, you'll also have a CBB opportunity, which is certified business broker. Would mean that when you work, you can work with also the resale opportunities which are with Franchise India. It's a different vertical, different company altogether. This is also being given access to partner as a branch partner that you can also do this resale businesses under CBB program. Fourth is Business X, realty, commercial, and retail leasing, which is very, very important in this business because every brand we sell, there is a property which is required. Commercial properties which are required for every brand, be it jewelry, be it fashion, be it food, be it now any other furniture brand, furniture franchise which you are selling. You need real estate. You need commercial properties into it, and that's also coming under the branch. So the branch would be around 500 square feet. It will be 4 to 5 member a team. So your rentals would be borne by you, your office rentals, which I am talking about. Plus, if you have 3 to 4 people, the salaries will be also borne by our partner. Sharing would be 50-50% on all these revenues, wherein 40% our IFC partner was getting. So with our branch partner, it's a 50-50%. On business development, which was brand on board, there is a 20% for IFC partner, 20% for our branch partner, because again, there is only reference which is required. So if there is any IFC partner who is being appointed under the branch, you will get 25% of the fee which we charge. And if any partner, IFC partner, when he or she is doing business, we have to do 40% is going to the IFC partner, but 10% from our share will go to our branch partner. 3 plus 3 years is the license fee, license years and validity, but the fee will be 20 to 25 lakh rupees, which is our license fees for a branch. That would depend on which branch we are talking about. Some branches we have 20, and some branches like Jaipur, Jammu is 25 lakh rupees. And if it is Nasik, it can be 20 lakh rupees accordingly. So it was a program which we have run up to 31st March. But since this is the first month of the new financial year, so we have continued because there were a lot of discussions and we have team have insisted that we should continue the program, and now it is continued, and we are also having these branch partners also on board as of now. So for independent franchise consultant, we have 7.5 lakh rupees as a license fees, which is one time. For a branch partner, it is 20 or 25. For an independent franchise consultant as an individual role, it is 7.5 lakh plus GST, and the license is for 3 years. So this is one-time license fees. Rest all 3 years, all the investments will be done by Franchise India. It can be your lead generation, it can be your promotions, it can be your brands, it can be your all the contests, plus it can be all the events where you participate. So coming to the event is on your own. Rest all the investments would be done by Franchise India. And it's a very, very low cost when you compare it against the opportunity which we are creating. So 7.5 lakh rupees can come in one just transaction, you can get it back to your pocket. So that's what it makes it very, very lucrative, very, very unique, because there is none opportunity. If I say an example that you are having investment of 20 lakh rupees today and you want to invest anywhere. So if you are looking forward for an opportunity under 20 lakh rupees, it can be a newborn or a startup company, but it will take you 3 years, almost 3 years to recover your money, which you are investing. But the only thing is that you don't know and you have no surety whether that opportunity, that brand will survive for next 3 years until you are recovering your all investments. So that's very, very tough decision. And for professionals who've been all through the professional, it's very, very tough wherein you can get into any franchise program with any other brand because you will not be able to make it successful because there's a high investment also 30, 40, 50 lakh also is some investment you can do. You have money but you don't have experience. One second, if you are investing, you have money, you can invest, you have full time also for that business also, but fact is it will take you somewhere around 3 years time to recover your money which you have invested, and then it will go to the profitable stage. But in our business, it is only 7.5 lakh rupees as a total investment. And in this program, it's a very, very high return program, not for everyone. That's why our team, our regional heads will reach out to every partner, every investor, every guest who have joined us today to have a full discussion with you, an open discussion. Once that is done, and we feel you are on the same page and you are liking it and you are willing it, and we feel it's a right profile and it's a right fitment, and you can become our partner and be successful partner, then we will take it to next level where we will be doing 10-minute introduction and a selection call with our managing director or our chairman. We have set up next 3 days for having these meetings to be done. So our regional heads will reach out to you, have an open discussion, and then we can come on the call, joint call for the selection, and we will be inviting you for the next training program. So before I end, I'll pass on to back to our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, for comments on this.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And thank you so much, friends, for being with us for a little beyond an hour. And Mr. Kumar, we'll be happy to get in touch with you. I think what I see is that you need more clarity on how this business partnership works. So, and equally for us, we like to speak to you in person. So we'll set up a meeting with you. I'd like to thank all of you for being with us today. It was important that we explain as a opportunity what it is and how we can partner, but equally at your end, you need to validate if this is something that is for you. So I think post this webinar, we would love to connect with you and see these synergies amongst ourselves. So thank you so much once again, friends.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. And thank you from all of us at Franchise India. We wish you all the